You know it's going to be a good day. You know it's going to be a good Free Comedy Friday when you see on the bill Jeff Garlin's in town. He's one of our favorites. Jeff back in studio performing performing at the La Jolla Comedy Store. I want to make sure people know you're in town.
Do you know where I was last night?
Where were you last night?
Jerry Control's house.
Stop it!
Oh, yes.
What are you doing? Every time you come in here, you have a crazy story.
Yeah, last time you told us about how you and James Franco started having breakfast together randomly. And now all of a sudden, Alice in Chains.
He's been out of town. I'm going to see him soon. But I saw Alice in Chains on Wednesday night. Thursday night, I'm in a fantasy football league with Jerry Cantrell.
With Jerry Cantrell.
And the draft was at Jerry's house.
Stop it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Duff McKagan was there too.
Oh,
Duff McKagan!
God.
Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, I know Duff though because our kid went to school together. Our kids.
Okay. How is this possible?
By the way, Jerry's great too.
Yeah.
Duff is a lovely guy. They're really nice
Can I
guys.
tell you, I've met both of those men.
Yeah.
Jerry once bought me a drink in Dallas, Texas. He didn't have to.
Lovely man.
By the way, who has to buy you a drink?
Again, no one, I guess.
Just out of curiosity.
I feel like sometimes you're forced.
Jerry Control, he had to buy me a drink. What happened? I was holding a gun in front of him, and I said, "Buy me a drink."
Good point.
And lo and behold, he said, "Okay, I guess I have to."
You're right. Good point. We were just standing at a bar. They just played a huge show in Dallas, and we had him on our show and the whole thing. And so we were talking, and we were at a bar, and he bought me a drink, which I will respect him for.
Alice in Chains, it's the first time I've seen them.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And the lead singer who's not new,
right?
He's been there. He is super talented, super good. But you know what? I was taken aback by them. The simplicity of their performance. They just rock right at you, but calmly, and it's focused. It's just so good.
Yeah, I agree.
I was taken aback because I've never been like a big Alice in Chains follower. Like for me, the Nirvana was the thing of Seattle for me. Not that I didn't dig Alice in Chains, I did, but wow, I really dug it.
Yeah, I remember the first time I saw Alice in Chains, I went to go see Van Halen in concert, and they opened. And I went, who is this band? They're awesome.
I saw Bon Jovi once open for Van Halen.
What, Bon Jovi?
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's insane.
Yeah.
I saw Skid Row one time open for Van Halen.
By the way, I saw Skid Row open for Van Halen
we were probably at the same show.
Same tour.
It was amazing, Jeff.
Same tour, yeah.
Wow.
I used to be a security guard at rock concerts.
Did you really?
Yeah, this was back in the 80s.
Yeah.
Did
you bust some heads?
Well, actually, no. But I had a big mag light.
Nice.
And the people had to,
What was the craziest show you had to be security guard for that was like pretty rambunctious?
Oh, they were all rambunctious.
Really?
Yeah. But, it was really great. The first one I ever worked was Queen.
Oh, wow.
And I don't remember the last one.
Well,
I saw
Jeff,
lots of bands.
I've always wondered this about people
I love rock and roll.
Yeah,
I dig jazz too, like John Coltrane and Miles Davis and stuff. And
you're a Renaissance man.
I love the blues. I just saw Buddy Guy recently,
nice.
But I love rock and roll.
Yeah, I've always wondered this about guys who work security. Do you actually sit there and enjoy the show too?
Oh, well, I did.
Okay.
If anyone else did, that's their business. I spent the time watching the show. I was in the barricade sometime, in front of the stage. Tom Petty, I remember. Do you know what my job was for Tom Petty?
What's that?
They had me on the side of the stage, and if any girls jumped on stage, I was to collect them and take them off the stage.
And where did they go?
Not backstage. Off the stage.
Do you return them to the
now,
wild?
At this point, I've become friends with some of the Heartbreakers. I never met Tom, although I do know for a fact, huge Curb Your Enthusiasm fan.
There you go. Who is it?
Well, I never assume. And but I've become friends with a few of the guys, and so it's funny now. I'm supposed to host some big show dedication.
After you take a girl off stage, do you return her to the wild, back into the crowd, or
back into the crowd?
So they don't get in
wild,
trouble,
if you will.
Yeah.
But remember, when I'm doing this, I'm 20 years old. 21 years old.
That's crazy.
It's not,
I when I was at Coachella, I felt bad for the security guards because they're right by the stage, but their backs are turned to the stage.
I
that's the worst thing ever.
I have one term for that. No, thank you. And also, I've never been to Coachella.
Oh,
I've been
really?
invited. I've had friends play there. No. I don't like sand and dirt.
No, me either.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
What about
No,
porta
thank you.
potties?
I only went for one act. I wanted to see Eminem.
Oh.
So I drove from Saturday, and me and my girlfriend, we saw Jerry Seinfeld in Vegas on Saturday.
Oh.
And then we drove from Vegas to Coachella and just waited for Eminem for like 10 hours.
Can I tell you something? Well, you actually ruined it by adding the 10 hours. But look at you with your adventure. That's fun.
Yeah, it's such an adventure.
I don't know if 10 hours I would wait.
You wouldn't not
do
worth
it?
it.
Well, they have a napping area again.
It was really hot. It was like 105 degrees.
Oh, God, that sounds
again,
miserable.
Again, you're showing your youth.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Jeff Garlin in studio with us. He's performing at the La Jolla Comedy Store. Again, you mentioned Duff McKagan.
Yeah.
One of the smartest guys in rock and roll that I've ever met.
Really?
Yeah, and he sat in here and he just waxes poetic and is one of the smarter guys in rock, and nobody would know that, because he's Guns N' Roses guy.
Yeah, and he's a sweet guy,
Beautiful guy.
But I don't have a compare. Like, who do I know that's dumb in rock?
Yeah.
I don't really know
might
any
be
dumb
some,
rockers because the rockers I know are very smart.
So you're in a fantasy football league with
Yes,
these guys.
Yeah.
yes.
How's your team?
I'm pretty happy.
You're
with
all right?
it.
You're
Yeah,
all right?
Yeah, I
Get
am.
anybody good?
No Chargers.
Oh wow!
By the way,
nobody's drafting them here in San Diego either.
By the way, Chargers defense. But you know what? All I got to say is this: I'm so sorry, San Diego.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
But if it makes you feel any better, essentially the fan base in Los Angeles is a tumbleweed.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Nobody
we know.
gives a crap
Right.
about the Chargers.
Yeah.
It's kind of amazing how I've not met. I see no Charger hats. I never hear anyone talk about the Chargers. I mean, it's unbelievable.
I know.
It's crazy.
And
Why did they move? It's
Thank you,
nuts.
Jeff.
Thank you, Jeff.
Tell them.
Bring it back,
Makes
Jeff.
us crazy.
It's nuts. They should just say we made a mistake and come back.
I agree.
Yeah.
They never will though.
Yeah,
So it
seriously.
is what it is.
Jeff, is Larry David a football guy? A fantasy
Yeah, he's
football guy?
not a fantasy guy, but he's a big Jets fan.
Big Jet. Oh, okay. I'm a
big Bears fan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, last time you were in here, you kind of broke the news to us that I'm right in the middle of filming and we're getting going again, and then the season already came out and the whole thing.
So we're about to start filming
You're
again.
doing it.
I'm filming the Goldbergs right now,
Yep.
Wow.
and we start filming Curb. I'll be filming both starting October 19th.
Unbelievable.
That's awesome.
And this past season was as funny as
So
ever, man.
funny.
I mean,
How
we
did
were
you like
dying.
It was so
I'm
fun.
actually more excited about the upcoming season.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The story to me is more of what I dig.
Okay.
People will really be able to live vicariously through it.
They took your character and kind of did a different thing with it a little bit this
I
past
didn't even
season.
notice.
Yeah, you didn't. You just kind of
Just show up and do what I do.
whatever.
I'm being totally serious,
Really?
man.
Copper fair, okay, whatever.
Tell me
You know?
what's different.
But you were having the affairs and
Wearing a
things like
cowboy
that.
hat.
The cowboy hat, yeah. But the affairs, I've had affairs before.
Yeah, I guess you have. But
I'm not loyal to that crazy Susie.
She's nuts.
Yeah.
That is true.
In real life, I wouldn't be married to her. I would have never gotten married, and I would be divorced.
Right.
I'm not big on the whole cheating festival.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah, because both of them.
I really, who doesn't want a woman to be? I mean, lots of people, I guess, if you're but as a man,
Right.
as a 56-year-old man, only want a woman by my side. One woman's good enough for me.
That a boy.
Now, if she wants to invite some friends, no, I'm totally kidding. I'm actually not fine with it. One woman is confusing enough. Yeah.
So, Jeff, I don't know that I've ever asked you this before.
Yeah.
You've been in here several times, but you mentioned you were a bodyguard. You've done a lot of. You're a Renaissance man.
I'm a Renaissance. I am actually kind of a Renaissance
kind of
man.
are.
I've got a lot of things in my past.
You do. You have a lot of things in your hopper that you've done.
Yeah.
How did you transition into comedy and that sort of a thing?
There was no transition. I was 20 years old when I started.
So you were just
and I was also prior to that at the University of Miami a film student, and I make movies. So I make movies. I do stand up. I produce. I write. I direct. I produced an Academy Award nominated
There you go.
documentary called Finding Vivian Maier, which if you can see it on Netflix or whatever,
that's cool.
my highest recommendation.
There it is.
And I can say that because I didn't direct it.
Okay.
If I'm in something, and or if I'm creatively behind something, I'll tell people I hope you enjoy it. But I just produce that so I can say it's great.
Okay, good.
See it if you can.
Now I do need your advice a little bit on something.
Tell me.
So my son is 6.
Oh,
Yes.
here we go.
And he just started getting into child modeling and now acting.
Oh, dear God.
Tell me about it. I'm not really into it.
Well,
and I'm not
here's what I can tell you.
Yeah.
Truthfully, you have nothing to worry about.
Okay.
And if the kid digs it,
He's having fun right now. And
But
and
wait,
it's starting
Jeff,
to get a little
it's
bit
getting
bigger,
crazy.
which it's out of my hands. Like my wife is the one who's kind of running the show here.
Right, okay.
And so he is up for a part in Young Sheldon to play Sheldon at a younger age. So it's a pretty decent role.
so younger Sheldon.
Younger Sheldon,
Yes, yes,
which
yes.
is a nice spin-off.
Now
of
here's the
before.
thing. Here's the thing I want to tell you.
Yeah, please.
Having done lots of kid movies,
Yeah.
I'm on one of the shows I'm on. I love being
Right.
able to say that one of the shows I'm
Yeah.
on.
I mean,
So prestigious.
he did Daddy Daycare
It's
with a ton of kids.
Ton of kids.
Oh, my daughter loves it, by the way.
But also, you know, the Goldbergs is the #1 show on television that families watch together.
Massive.
And here's what I can tell you.
Please.
And there are exceptions to this rule
Okay.
in both directions, but few and far between.
Right.
It's all about the family.
Okay.
Meaning, if, like when I worked on Daddy Daycare, I spent a lot of time with Elle Fanning and her family.
Oh.
They are the best people, and the way they were together. Elle is a delightful young lady.
Okay. She's turned out
Yeah,
normal and
because of her
career.
family.
Okay.
Okay.
Family is the whole thing. So make sure that you and your wife are just being great parents. But I'm kind of scared when you say it's out of your hands.
Well, listen, I'm not the one pursuing it. I don't want him to be, this big star. It's not, I could care less really about it. But if he
By the
likes
way,
it,
if he likes it.
right,
Yeah.
agreed,
The second he doesn't want to do it.
100%.
And by the way, all it's going to take is one crappy director, one crappy co-star, and he's
Yeah.
going to, why am I doing this? And when he asks that, don't make him do it.
Don't bother.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
good
by the
advice.
way, as a child actor, it is no guarantee of success as an adult.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's
Clearly.
almost like the
So
opposite, right?
Well, yes, it can be. So if that's like what you also are planning for, that's not.
Well, I do want to retire off of his money for sure.
Yeah.
So
You
hopefully
say
it
that, And
happens.
so many parents do that.
Oh, that's
Oh, that's
crazy.
gross.
Oh, I know all these. I know stories
Oh, I'm sure.
that'll
yeah.
make you quiver.
Ooh.
But if you and your wife are good parents,
I think we're all right.
then
I think
it's
we did a good job.
delightful.
Yeah. Okay.
But by the way,
yeah.
you know what's great? I would never say, "Oh, I'm a great dad." I aspire to be,
Absolutely.
and you seem humble about it. I'm sure you're a great dad
Thank you, Jeff. That means
because
a
of
lot.
your humbleness.
And hopefully you can find a part for him on the Goldbergs. That'd be great. We'll talk later.
You had enough going
We'll talk
on right
later.
now.
We'll
You
talk
had
later.
enough.
Listen, Jeff, can't wait to see you this weekend. La Jolla
Thank you.
Comedy Store tonight, tomorrow night,
Yes.
and on Sunday.
And on Sunday,
And on
yeah.
Sunday. So
Labor Day weekend, yeah.
Wow.
that's it. Perfect timing.
Very happy
He's
to
the
be
best.
here.
Thank you, Jeff. Always fun having you.
My
my friend.
pleasure, and thank you for the pizza.
Yeah, always feed Jeff. He's the man.
Yeah.
Japan apparently getting into the space race, and they have a plan that's a little wild. We're going to tell you what they're planning on doing coming up next on the show on Rock 105.3.